Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Galley La Podcast. I'm your host, Geboss, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Akainu Fanboy.
Yo, yo.
And today, we're going to be going over the rest of the episodes for Sakamoto Days, Part 2 of I guess this is Part 2 of Season 1, how they're classifying it, but episodes 18 through 22. So, please like and subscribe if you enjoy the content, and let us know what you guys thought of the episodes, if you enjoyed them, because for me, I really enjoyed these episodes. I think this second batch of episodes, the second batch of 11 episodes, was animated a lot better than the first half. What do you think?
It was animated a lot better. Yeah, really enjoyed the fights, the rhythm of everything. Very good for when Slur attacks the J. Very good stuff. And then obviously, I'm an anime only guy, so no spoilers, please. But I just really enjoyed watching this arc because it was a lot of new characters, world building, and a really good training arc for Sakamoto and Shin too. So I think it really had a lot laced in here, and then also obviously towards the end we start to see a victory for the villains too, and expanding of the ranks potentially.
Yeah, I think this is really where we get into the meat of the actual story and the conflict with Slur going forward, because last time we left off was we were in the middle of the plane part of the exams, and we get introduced properly to Kanagiri, Kanagiri, who is a member of the Order. Who I know you're a big fan of the Order. What do you think of him? And we'll just include everything for this season. So what do you think of his character overall?
So yeah, kind of just like right off the bat and everything, I didn't know he was initially even a member of the Order, so that kind of threw me off.
Yeah.
He just kind of seemed like a random staff guy, so I thought that was pretty interesting. And then him being a traitor too was kind of wild as well. So I didn't really think he was deeply impressive or anything. Like, powerful, I thought he was, but when his first introduction, I didn't think he was super impressive.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like his gimmick with him being a filmmaker and everything, and him trying to get the right shot and finding the right star for his movie. And I don't know if this is explained later, but I think he's the one, when they go and get intel from the video store, I think he's the one that makes all those movies about the intel.
I see.
Yeah.
I see. Interesting.
So it kind of builds on the world building there. And I forget if that's like a volume extra or if they talk about it later. But I like his quirkiness and his it looks like he just has like a giant laser beam in his camera. But yeah, and he just completely derails the part of that exam. And okay, how they finish that part of the exam kind of it didn't captivate me that much in terms of like sewing the clothes together to barely like decrease their falling speed. I mean, realistically, they would have probably been atomized as soon as they hit the water,
Sure. Yeah.
But
it was crazy when Kanaguri like killed the pilot, but looking back at it, I guess it makes a lot more sense now why he did that.
Yeah. Yeah, so where these episodes end, I think that's actually right at the point where I stopped reading the manga. So like anything beyond this is kind of fresh to me. So but yeah, his being a traitor, I think that is going to be pretty bad for Sakamoto and Shin and everyone, because we kind of saw the power that they had in terms of, they had Gaku and Uzuki and Slur and everyone, and they were getting up there in terms of power, close to the power of the Order, and having an actual Order member on their team could complicate things.
Yeah. So are we still under the impression right now that they don't know he's a traitor?
Yeah, I think so, because right at the end of the season, we get him. I guess it's under the pretense that he's escorting Mafuyu and Toramaru home, because they after they pass the exam, they don't show up for they're not supposed to show up for I think they had a month or so before they actually had to show up for the classes. So
I see. Yeah, and it's just what I find interesting is that Siba's like, hey, this guy's trouble, basically. So
yeah, he kind of had a sense about it, because he was hesitant to get on the helicopter. Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting there, and I would say it's a little bit of a plot hole, in one sense, because these people are forming to be assassins. They're very skilled combatants. I kind of feel like Siba would have checked to see who was flying them. Just kind of like a thing you would be conscious of in this line of work, before getting into a helicopter.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think even if he knew, he wouldn't necessarily know that he was working with Slur until he said so, and at that point he was already in the helicopter, and it was right after he fought Shinaya being controlled by Gaku and everything, so he probably was worn out at that point, so he just probably wanted to go home.
He did know he was trouble though, and I just feel like at the very least he would have checked, I guess. I just think it's that's like an assassin intuition right there.
Yeah.
Not to trust anyone, essentially, because he knew I need to get out of here when he saw him, so not knowing that I'm not saying he knew he was a traitor, but he just knew he was trouble. So I kind of felt like that was a minor plot hole there. But it is interesting how he got selected, and then Toramaru got selected as well. I think Toramaru definitely has way more room to be corrupted, just speculation wise, because he's kind of disenchanted by Sakamoto, and Slur's there, who has been compared to Sakamoto and everything,
Yeah, it's because he got fat.
Yes.
But yeah,
fat filter.
I thought her fight scenes and everything were done pretty well. But what did you think of her as a character?
She's really enjoyable, but I definitely see the potential for her to just become evil. Definitely. I did like her a lot. Did she learn anything? Maybe a little bit of humanity for sure, but not I don't think enough though. I have more hope in Siba not to be turned, even though he came off as pretty a gruesome guy too.
Yeah. I mean, he teamed up with Shin and everything. He got beat by Shin on the plane, and then he got put on the same team. And they kind of have a little bit of a friendship there.
Yeah.
Because even at the end, Shin was like, I wonder why he wasn't all clingy like he was before. So, but yeah, I enjoyed speaking of Toramaru kind of coming around as a better person. We see her team up against Shinaya and everything. I like the shot where her and Seba were attacking Shinaya at the same time. I thought that was a cool panel, taken right out of the manga and everything. Yeah, once again, I feel like the impacts and the framing of the action scenes were done much better this time around.
Right. For sure. But yeah, I liked all the voice actors. The animation was good. I just kind of enjoyed the art too. Progressed the plot along, good action scenes, and you could definitely like believe Shin's getting a lot stronger too. And they really wanted to emphasize that point that Shin wants to be his right hand man. And not just be this, a guy that's tagging along. So it's a lot of great character growth for Shin, and I like it a lot. So. It is weird to not have the rest of the cast there, for sure.
Yeah, I think this was at the point where I was like, oh, I thought like Lou and Heisuke were going to be kind of around more, but I guess this focuses more on Shin and Sakamoto. It's kind of strange because I'm just thinking in terms of like who exactly the main protagonist is, because it seems like both Shin and Sakamoto are, but Sakamoto acts more like as the mentor figure. But I would say that they're like dude antagonists.
Yeah, it's getting to that point. I think Shin's had more than enough development for him. So, and they used to be partners. Obviously, they weren't comparable in strength, so.
That is one thing that I'm still kind of... So, I guess you can just become an assassin outside of going to the JCC. But in the case of Shin, it seems kind of weird that him of all people, like he worked with Sakamoto, like the top assassin, even though he wasn't like, he didn't come from like this main school and everything.
Yeah.
I hope that they go more into that past relationship, because we only got a little bit of it.
Right. But yeah, overall though, I enjoyed it. I thought the fights with Gaku were pretty cool. I will say there was one so the little plot hole was, or I don't know what happened, because I didn't look at the manga, but if you look at the anime, Usami and the rest of the teachers fight Gaku, basically.
Yeah.
And they get like thrashed around, and Usami's the only one standing, and he tells Shin to get lost because he's like a young assassin, he has a life to live. And basically Shin says like, no, I'm staying to fight. And then we get like a skip, and all the kid students are fighting. Usami's just gone. He's just absent. And then he just kind of pops up later. And then he says like, oh, like you guys cast. And I'm just like, what? Okay, did he get like taken out off screen, or what happened? Because I was like, oh, cool, we get to see him fight along with all the others.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems. I honestly, I don't even remember the character from the manga, so I would have to reread that and see. But yeah, that is kind of a little bit of a plot hole there.
I was just confused. I was like, okay, cool. Like, they have the teacher, and they're all going to do a group attack. Yeah,
why didn't he show up to, or at least pitch in while the rest of the students were fighting for their lives?
Well, he did pitch in. Like, he was there, like, ready to go with all the rest.
I know, but
he's just gone.
Yeah, but he didn't do anything. We didn't see him do anything.
Yeah, he just, like, literally vanished. We don't even see him get KO'd. He's not there off the side. Like, he's just missing.
Yeah.
He just vanishes. And we're like, what? So
yeah,
that was weird. I don't know if that was like an animation issue or if it's like a manga issue, but he just vanished. So but aside from that, I did like Kaji a lot, though. I thought he was a great character they introduced.
I completely I forgot his gimmick with him just being completely like in his own head, like double thinking everything. And I was like, oh, I kind of relate to this guy. just like being in your own head and everything, because he's made out to be like this big tough silent guy, but he's just shy and overthinking everything. I like him, and I like his fighting thing where he can hear people and like mimic their moves by copying the sound of their muscles.
Yeah, cool design too, and everything. I will say, like, a lot of the characters do have a lot of unique designs in the show, even though like it's like just like a human species type of thing, They don't feel the need to So it's just like all one species, but like there's still like a lot of really unique characters and distinct fighting styles, and I think this speaks to the creativity of the mangaka.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, even though one is literally like Nightmare Chopper, just with the deer head and everything, Kashima.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, I want to see more of Akira, of her character, because there seems to be a lot going on with her because she has a connection with her. It's her aunt, right? Who was Sakamoto's classmate and Nagumo's.
Yeah, up there with Nagamo and Fleur in terms of power.
Yeah. So I want to see more about that backstory there, because I would say like once she gets serious, she can be up there with like at least like Shin in terms of lethality, like if Shin actually killed.
Do you think she has the level like Tamaru basically, or stronger, if you had to guess?
Yeah, I think once she gets serious. But yeah, did that surprise you when she just went like sicko mode and tore out the guy's
A little
throat?
bit. Well, I thought like she was the spy for a while.
Uh-huh.
Because there was something like Sakamoto was like, okay, this person's a little sus.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, okay, this is the spy. And I think it did kind of throw me through the loop that Gaku took over. I'm blanking on the student's name for that was in our recommendations,
Oh, yeah.
but that did kind of surprise me that he was the mole, basically.
Yeah. But yeah, I liked the limitations of that fight because for Gaku, because he has to move within the confines of the space that he's in, because it doesn't match the openness of the place that the main body was fighting in.
Yeah.
I did. It's not really a complaint, but I did kind of wish that Shin was the one that took him down, and he didn't have to be saved by Sakamoto.
Yeah, I think it's a little early though. I mean, Gaku is like insanely powerful.
Yeah, but I mean, at the same time, it is a good thing for Shin because he does question himself, like, oh no, I'm getting saved again. And Sakamoto was like, no, I'm trusting you to take care of everyone else and rescue them. So.
But he did take out Tamaru though, like right before that.
That is true, yeah. And she's like a special recommendation, so.
Yeah, and then he put up a pretty good fight against Gaku. So yeah. I thought like he did a really good performance in this arc for sure. Mm-hmm. And then he also defeated Seba, or got the upper hand on Seba on the plane too.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, but aside from like the recommendation students and Seba, Shin, and Sako,
you're forgetting Kill Baby.
Well,
he passed.
Like some relevant there was some relevant shit like that. So like on the guys with the glasses who got taken down. Mm-hmm. The Sako had to say, but they kind of made it seem like, okay, well, this guy might potentially be one. So they slightly developed their characters, and then they obviously got taken down. Yeah. So. Yeah, kind of interesting. But yeah, so I mean, I do like how the heroes make some progress with Slayer. They find out about the plan and everything, but then they also like take a loss at the same time. So
yeah,
it's a good mix of like each side winning, and I don't like the heroes like consistently losing or consistently winning. So I did enjoy that.
Yeah, I kind of like how they're both acting toward the same goal. It's not like one of them is stagnant and the other one's acting upon them, because they're both after the information at this point at the end of the season.
Yes.
Because they're looking to get the information on Slur and Sakamoto and Shin, and I mean, you would think that they would have access to the JCC because Kanaguri's part of the order, but because we don't see like who they're sending in, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's gonna be Torimaru and Seba. Maybe they're being like blackmailed.
Yeah, they could have their family be hostages or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I did kind of like Seba kind of standing up for himself.
Yeah.
Like being like, what if I refuse to to them? But yeah, so what do you think about how this ended with like Sakamoto disguised as his wife and everything?
I like how one of the few characters he gets routinely pissed off at is Nagamo.
Yeah.
It's something I'm starting to appreciate more. Like he gets pretty pissed.
Yeah.
So I do enjoy that a lot.
Yeah, I mean they're old they're old buddies. Like they trained together and they were both in the order together, so they have a long history.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then we see so we leave off with Nagamo, Shishiba, and Osaragi going to Kyoto to investigate activities for Slur. So there again, I wonder if this is like a bigger plot, like Slur's distracting them again, like with what he did with the serial killers.
Yeah.
Because it seems like the order's just kind of getting like, okay, we're sending you all there. But who knows? Takamura just might be at the JCC just mumbling around, wandering.
Blanking on the other order member's name too.
Hyo, the big guy.
Yeah. So he's not with them as well. So yeah. So yeah, I'm curious to see, but I was sad to find out that this is the end of season 1.
Yeah, it seems kind of a weird place to stop. Especially, I would think that there would be like I think a typical episode is like 12 or 13 episodes per season. This was 11 for both parts, so I feel like we're missing between like 2 and 4 episodes here. But
yeah,
what can you do? At least they're like consistently releasing them week to week, and like this is what drove me crazy with the JoJo's Stone Ocean part. They just dumped them all on one day. I feel like this going week to week, you get a little bit more hype.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with that.
But yeah, there's no official announcement on when next season's coming, but overall, I'm glad that you're enjoying it. I know that when I read the manga, I really enjoyed the pacing and the characters and everything, the fights.
Yeah, for sure. And looking forward to more, and yeah, we'll cover it when it comes back.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, once again, if you enjoyed the episode, please like and subscribe and comment your thoughts if you enjoyed these episodes or not. And we will see you guys in the next episode, whenever that may be.
Peace.